Chapter 53 Visible and Invisible Well-Being and Joy versus Visible and Invisible Discomfort and Unease. A first disclaimer. All persons in this book are fictitious. All statements, regardless of topic, are just that, statements. Some are rooted in empirical facts, while others are pure fantasy. My aim is to strike a balance between vision and reality, between fiction and fact, in such a way that the audience can recognize themselves and continue to play with the swarm of ideas and notions. The book has no ambition to preach an overarching goal, but rather questions accepted truths. In that way, Socratically, it leaves the rest to the audience. Joran was the one of the three composers who had the greatest emotional range. He was, probably innately, put together with a receptive ability or a nervous system, a receiving apparatus entirely out of the ordinary. This led to a number of complications in practical life. He overreacted to trivial things. A minor detail could topple the rhythm of everyday life, and he constantly struggled with paranoid thoughts. What seemed to have a beneficial effect on his mental health was music. Unlike the two other friends, who had chosen keyboard instruments, Joran had fallen for the guitar. The guitar, the acoustic one, was both pleasing to look at and to listen to, with a pleasant tone that suited his sensitive mind. Moreover, it was easy to carry around and gave a sense of security to hold. He had tried playing one that was on display at Hagström's music shop in Oslo, more precisely in Skippergata. At first, it remained only a dream of owning a guitar. He visited the music shop after school and was allowed to sit and try things out. But there was no purchase. He didn't have enough money. Besides, he didn't know of any guitar teacher, so he let it rest. Just before midsummer, a summer party was arranged in the small village Joran came from. Young people from near and far gathered in small clusters out on the lawn in front of the municipal building. Music from the sound system could be heard far and wide. It was summer vacation for most people, and the mood was good. Joran ended up sitting in a group with his cousin and his cousin. The cousin had brought his guitar and was already playing along with the band on the vinyl record. His cousin, a fellow villager 3 years older, introduced him to guitar playing. In fact, his cousin became his first guitar teacher. The cousin liked the chart pop of the time and especially dance tunes imported from Sweden. Joran gradually realized that this music had a label. Swedish dance band music, mostly simple, singable melodies with straightforward content about love, infatuation, and everything that goes with that sort of thing. Joran quickly learned the bar chord on the guitar, but with the simplest chords, D major, G major, E minor, and A major, he got quite far in that genre. His interest in the guitar grew, and Joran enjoyed practicing. Moreover, the activity suited his hypersensitive mind. He felt safer with a guitar in his lap. And it was also unavoidable that he attracted attention from the girls when he sat hunched over the guitar out in the garden. Sometimes they gathered outside the fence, peered through the fence posts, and giggled. As he became more skilled and learned one trick after another, he could play along on a few songs by the heavy rockers of the time. He wished for an electric guitar for his 15th birthday. His mother and father picked up on the wish and wanted to please their son. A brand new Fender guitar stood ready to be unwrapped in the living room on the very day of his 15th birthday. Little did they know about the consequences of this purchase. The consequences at home with regard to the sound level from this instrument. It obligatorily came with a combined amplifier and speaker. Part of the whole point of an electric guitar is to plug it into a sound system. The bigger, the better. When Joran dragged in long-haired friends equipped with drums and more guitars, the noise level from the boys' room became unbearable for the rest of the family. It was decided in a family council that they could set themselves up in a storage room in the basement. That worked for a little while, but the sound level was still far above what one could call a comfortable level in a perfectly ordinary Norwegian social democratic home. It was then decided in the family council that they had to find a rehearsal space outside the home, somewhere in the neighborhood. They managed to rent space in the local kindergarten for a modest sum, where they could practice from 5 p.m. every day. Music gained greater and greater influence over Göran, or perhaps rather greater and greater power over him. It began to guide his daily choices. Homework was given low priority, while rehearsing with the guys was top priority. The music became heavier and harder. Complaints from people in the neighborhood came more frequently.